changing, but there's one thing that always stays the same. You miss the old life.
Do you?
Every day.
Get back! We the soldiers. If you woke, don't wake up. Get back! We got the product. We got the tools.
Crank it all the way up.
We going wild. We on the loose. We are the truth.
Yes!
Rated PG-13.
Hi, my name is Gil Robertson, president of the African American Film Critics Association. Today, we're talking to one of our all-time favorites, Tyrese Gibson, as he shares with us interesting stories about his upcoming film, Fast and the Furious 9, F9. The Juggernaut will hit theaters on Friday. We're going to start things off by introducing you to our facilitator, Philadelphia, Janita Davis in Indiana, KB in Houston, Brandon Avery in Dallas, Brandon Collins in New York, Sharonda Williams in Atlanta, and Rhonda Rasha Penrice in Atlanta. I'm going to let you guys do what you do so well, and I will see you on the other side.
Hi, KB here with Through the Lens of Lady KB. So Roman goes on this journey of really questioning his faith and a higher power and a higher purpose after realizing that he narrowly misses death every single Fast film. So can you talk a little bit about how your own faith helped to inspire or inform that portion of Roman's storyline in this film?
That was a conversation. Good to see all of y'all, by the way. My pleasure, and thank you, Gil, for putting this together. To be honest with you, everyone knows that I am a firm believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, who is my Savior. I will scream it to the end of the earth. I often think about how many scenarios that God has protected me from. And even when it seems like things have went bad, I always look for the lesson in it. What am I supposed to learn and grow, and how am I supposed to evolve? Because you have to think of your life as a stock market, right? Just as a metaphor. There's areas in your life where the stock is very low. And then there's areas in your life where the stock is really high. And in order for those areas in your life where the stock is low to grow, it has to get rattled. You have to experience trials and tribulations and discomforts. And that's where the maturity is. That's where the growth is. So although we didn't mention Jesus in that scene in outer space, that's exactly what we were hinting at, because we are lucky, because we have all been in that intersection. Went to the grocery store, walked in right quick, grabbed a couple things, came right back out, made a left turn, 5 or 6 car pileup in that same intersection that you were just in 10 minutes ago. And we all know that could have been you, but thank God it wasn't. So that's basically what I was hinting at in the movie.
Well, thank you so much. Can't wait for audiences to see this next installment.
Thank you.
Hi, Brandon Collins from the Media and Popcorn Podcast. Fantastic job. And I'm curious about how making this film compared to the other Fast and Furious films that you've been a part of, and what was it like working again with Justin Lin on this project?
Justin Lin is one of my favorite people, man, because, he really has a Phil Jackson approach to filmmaking. Everybody has an ego. Everybody wants beats and moments. Everybody wants to shine. He has a way of making everyone feel like they matter. It's really hard to work on a movie with a cast this big, male and female, and having to process all of the egos and all of the sensitivities. We're at the height of feminism, we're at the height of all of these sensitivities in and around the way women are portrayed, black and white and brown and Latino and Asian and stereotypes. So there's so many things that get factored into the way movies are made these days that you didn't necessarily have to tackle all of 10 plus years ago. So Justin Lin is a gem of a guy with just the way he processes information and goes above and beyond to make sure everybody's shining.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Hi, I'm Brandon Keith Avery with Just My Opinion Reviews. And Tyrese, one of the things I love about your character, Roman, is you are the comic relief of the franchise. And I love that we got this in this film, as well as you taking on more of a serious role. But one of the things I love about the entire franchise is that with each film, it continues to push the envelope as far as how crazy the stunts are. So I want to ask you, if a sequel does come, and this is a fun yet serious question, where would you want the sequel to go, especially with your character? Fighting an alien invasion, taking on dinosaurs, or teaming up with the Justice League and the Avengers to take on Darkseid or Thanos?
Well, see, you asked me the question and then presented three options. I was gonna say something real simple, like Roman has been single for 18 years, bro. Like, come on. Rihanna has to be in her next movie. You know, she's gonna kill every red carpet there is. And, you know, whoever is dating whoever in this movie, they not gonna be ready to see me and Rihanna pose together on these red carpets, man. It's gonna be dangerous out here. So, and then I just love her spice. She's sexy, she's a bad girl, and I think energy-wise, she'd be perfect for the Fast and the Furious. So I'm putting that out there. I'm putting Matt Damon out there because he's a part of the Bourne franchise, and that's another Universal franchise. And I'm also putting Denzel Washington out there, who's the reason I started acting in the first place. So hopefully, you know, one of my requests that I'm putting in the universe will happen.
Cool. Hopefully we'll see you and Rihanna on the back of a dinosaur, but thank you very much.
That's funny.
One of the things that I love about the Fast and the Furious saga is like you guys go from being illegal racists now to be like super spy saving the world. How was that transition for you as a character from that character to this character? And how was that conversation with Vin Diesel, the producer, to create this new installment, bigger and better?
To be honest with you, every time it's time for us to put this movie back up on its feet, all of us are looking at each other like, wow, we're still here. You know, this movie didn't start out as a comic book to become a franchise. It didn't start off as a TV show. It started out as an article in Vibe magazine from an Asian man who wrote an article about the underground car culture in New York. And 20 years later, we have the most diverse, multicultural, cult following, period. And it's something that if it all ended tomorrow, we'd all be very proud to say that we have created a movie where everybody in the world gets to go to the theater and see someone on camera that looks like them. And that's very important. And as far as how we've seen the movie and the franchise evolve, to be honest with you, man, every movie and every storyline has to change. And when I show up to the movie set, they send me the script secretly, passwords, and I read the script, and then, you know, you get through the script, and then you're like, whatever, man, let's just make the damn movie. And you get to the set, and you just create the magic every step of the way, man. I just cannot believe, like, most of us didn't have kids when we started this movie. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I've been in the Fast and the Furious for 18 years. Vin, Jordana, Michelle Rodriguez, Sun King, they started 20 years ago. Baby Boy for me was 20 years ago. So it's unbelievable to still be here, man. And I don't know why the fans love us the way they do and supporters, but we're very grateful, believe me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tyrese, Kante Woods, Cup of Social. My question for you is a little bit on what you touched on. This franchise has shown that if you give people of color a role with some purpose and some fun, it works. Why then do you feel we haven't seen more of it? Because we love the characters. We're not caught up. We see a little bit of ourselves in each and every one of the characters. And at the same time, we're getting a quality, fun action film. Why haven't we seen more of that?
I respectfully disagree. Respectfully, I have never seen more black and brown people with such a strong presence in Hollywood, period. I mean, we are standing on the shoulders of Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, all of the female and male black iconic legends from back in the day, and what they had to do and the things that they had to deal with and go through back in the day compared to where we are now as executives, producers, directors, writers, stars, male and female, dark-skinned, light-skinned, brown, you name it. Crazy Rich Asians was $100+ million movie and cultural phenomenon. Every year, you know, the best picture film is going to an Asian male or female director. It's unbelievable where we are right now in comparison to where we used to be. And so I respectfully disagree. I think we are doing way more than we've ever had an opportunity to do. I mean, I was just looking at something today on the internet about the brother that created Blackish giving Netflix $100 million back because whatever reason creatively they had some differences. There was no such thing as a $100 million deal as a black man, period, anywhere, period. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you know? So we have made so much progress as a culture, and proudly, us as a franchise, we didn't jump on the train of diversity. We've been on this train for 20 years already, where you're able to go to the movie since the beginning of time. Michelle Rodriguez, Sung Kang, Vin Diesel, you know, Jordana Brewster, she's Brazilian. Every ethnic and race and nationality imaginable has always been represented in the Fast and the Furious 20 years ago. It hasn't been all white people, and then suddenly when it's okay to diverse and when Hollywood has changed and you need to have more minorities in your film, then we make this sudden pivot. So, yeah, that's my answer. You're very welcome.
Hi, Tyrese, Sharonda Williams from Pay Your Weight. I know that everybody is here for the action and the stunts and the Fast and Furious, but I'm here for the family. I love the theme of how family makes you better, how family keeps you pushing through the ups and the lows. But I want to ask you specifically, how is being a part of the Fast and the Furious family, how has it changed you as an actor? And also, too, how has it changed you as a person?
Well, it's changed me as a person in the most humbling way because, you know, I am humbled by support. And I'm humbled by, you know, fans and supporters that are in over 200 countries. I mean, if I could like even sit still for a moment and just wrap my head around the concept that in over 200 countries, in places where they don't speak a lick of English, they are translating our film into their local language and they're watching our movies. It's unbelievable. And it's something that I'll never lose sight of. And I'm very proud of that diversity and the inclusion. I'm very proud of the fact that we're working on a film and it feels like we're working on something that people are actually checking for, right? So we don't work on a movie and feel like, man, hopefully, you know, if you're a part of the Marvel universe, like, you know that you're working on something that the fans are anticipating. So even though we didn't start out as a comic book turn franchise, working on something that you know people are anticipating is very, very inspiring. Don't know how long we're gonna be doing this, but we're grateful to still be here.
Hi, I'm Jonita Davis from the Black Cape. You talked about, you know, you don't know how long we're going to be doing this. And I've seen, you know, your colleagues ask the same question. I want to ask, the stunts you did in this movie were intense. How much longer do you think you can do that? I mean, how many more movies do you think you have in you for, you know, the type of stuff that Roman was put through this time around?
You know, I feel all right. You know, I'm still very capable of. I've done more. I've done crazier stunts in other films. You know, we do definitely have our stunt doubles in place to take on that super duper risk. But you know, I'm very capable. You know, I still feel physically upbeat. I'm 42. I ain't ready to wrinkle up and roll over yet. So, yeah, I hope that the stunts that we got coming up go up even crazier. I mean, we're about to ramp up to shoot Fast 10 and 11 simultaneously this time. We're gonna do both back to back, which we've never done. We only shoot one at a time. So that's gonna be a very long and grueling film and process. It's gonna be taxing on the spirit and taxing on the mind to work on something that long. I got love for everybody, but when you gotta do 9-10 months of being around the same people, at a certain point, you're gonna be like Cuba Gooding swinging in the air. So, you know, God is good. So we'll see what happens. But I tell you what, I just got the script for the Teddy Pendergrass movie. Lee Daniels is directing me as Teddy Pendergrass, and I just got the script. And it took me like 2 days to embrace all that I had read on these pages. And Lee Daniels was texting, "What do you think? What do you think?" I couldn't even respond. My life is about to change all over again from this movie. And the fact that Teddy Pendergrass was born and raised in Philly, Lee Daniels was born and raised in Philly, Billie Holiday was born and raised in Philly. Something's about to happen. I'm excited.
Thank you. And congratulations. That sounds wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Hey, it's Rhonda. I actually have the distinction of working on the very first Fast as a publicist. So I am amazed every time. But I also had the opportunity to talk to your lovely co-star, Natalie. And I wanted to know, what do you think she brought to the franchise, and also to talk about the loyalty to the actors in this franchise, because it's something we haven't seen. Like, they keep key places, key people in place.
Yeah, yeah, you know, to be honest with you, Natalie is very, very talented, very beautiful, very sweet. And I just love that they didn't have a woman, a black woman from the UK in the film having to speak with an American accent, you know? I love that they let everybody from where they're from keep and hold on to their actual local dialect and language and the way they speak. You know, Jason Statham never had to put on an American accent. Nobody has to change anything. Even in this film, we actually, you know, see them full on speaking in Spanish and having to put, you know, the words in English underneath, what do they call that? The prompts or so I'm very proud, very proud. And as far as the loyalty to the cast, yeah, it's, I think if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. You know, I think being able to add new spices and flavors and energy to the franchise is hats off to Vin Diesel, because he's #1 on the call sheet. He's the star of this franchise. He's the producer. And, you know, his ego could have stopped him from saying yes to The Rock, yes to Jason Statham, yes to Jaimin Hansu, yes to everybody that he said yes to, you know? The idea that someone can come into your sandbox and potentially outstar you and outshine you or whatever, you have to factor all of these type of things in, someone coming in to steal your thunder, but it still has to be your choice to be able to say yes to having other people to come in to be a part of your franchise. And, you know, those are choices that he had to make, not me. So it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Tyrese, thank you, man, for giving us your time today. We appreciate it.
I got some great news. Can I share with everybody, Gil?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm proud of a lot of things, but this is the thing that makes me the most proud. I have literally, for the last 7 to 10 years of my life, I have been, as I shared with you a couple of days ago, I have this overwhelming sense of wanting to give it all away because I feel so blessed. I'm trying to figure out what can I say and do that can impact others. Some people do it by cutting checks, giving all their money away. Other people do it by giving out food to the homeless in the inner city, and whatever they're doing, it impacts people. So I recently partnered up with Thurgood Marshall, who has been, for well over 50 years, raising money to put Black and brown people through college. So my partnership is through VoltronTravel.com. I own a travel agency, it's online based, and my partner is Thurgood Marshall Charitable Organization. 100% of all that we're doing on the day-to-day, we're gonna shave off a percentage to put Black and brown people through college.
All right.
And I am so proud to be able to share those news. You know, so make the switch, VoltronTravel.com. I hope you guys share that in your story. We're giving a percentage of every booking, flight, hotels, ground transportation, and we're gonna be announcing this literally in the next couple of days. So I just wanted to give you all that information first.
Without a doubt, congratulations. And the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund does a lot of good work for, you know, publicly funded HBCUs, and we have a long history with working with them. And certainly if you have a social media graphic, have, you know, someone on your team send it to us, and we'd be happy to, you know, share it across our various networks.
It's there, it's live. You go to VoltronTravel.com, it's all there. We're gonna put the presence of Thurgood Marshall up on the site in the next couple of days following the announcement, but I just wanted to give that to you now. But anybody who went to VoltronTravel.com, the site is live right now. So appreciate all the love, and hopefully we'll put a whole lot of Black and brown people with full scholarships through school.
Man, that's what we got to do. We got to create that legacy.
That's it.
And I'm on the site right now, and we're following it. So No, you're wonderful. You know, it's nothing but love. How long has it been? When was the commercial?
I was 16, sir.
Okay, so it's been yeah, I've known you since you were 17. Right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm 42 now, so it's been a while.
I'm a little bit older than that.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on, and appreciate everybody for logging in and whatever stories y'all are about to write from today. Be blessed. Thank you.
Absolutely. On behalf of the world's largest group of Black critics, thank you for watching this edition of AAFCA Roundtables. Have a great day.
Bless you.